Located in Anderson County, just off of I-75 at exit 122, Rocky Top Realty stands ready to give our clients a real estate experience like no other. While we are located in Anderson County, we work in all of Knoxville and the surrounding areas. Our staff will get to know you and your real estate needs. We will work in tandem with you to achieve your forever home, build site, vacation home, or investment goal. Find us online at rockytophomeinfo.com or give us a call at 865-498-0183.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to 5 Star Live. Jesse Smithy along with Kevin Smith. And we just saw Central High School start off 2-0 this year with a 21-9 win over Fulton. And let's look around the area tonight, Kevin. And, well, actually, let's go back to last night. There were a lot of games last night. Stuff got moved because of weather. South Doyle goes over to Grace Christian and gets blanked. Grace Christian is a program I know you're familiar with, having coached against them. They're known for offense. They're not known for shutting teams out. That was their first shutout since, I believe, 2016.
Yeah, and we actually mentioned on the show last week, they've got the offensive firepower. If they can play a little bit more defense this year, they do have a chance to make some noise in Division II AA. So it was good to see that. And I tell you, a lot of times we forget, sometimes offenses get yards from the 20 to the 20. Mm-hmm. The last night you saw it's about turnovers, getting turnovers defensively and holding them at a field goal. CAK did a great job last night of causing turnovers inside the red zone, even though South Doyle went up and down the field.
Yeah, I mean, South Doyle pretty much shot itself in the foot many times last night. 4 turnovers, turned the ball over on downs multiple times, missed field goals, and there was a pivotal play there where Terrell Brown, one of their standout players, stretched out the ball at the goal line, and I thought it was a touchdown. I know South Doyle thought it was a touchdown, but it's a live play for high school officials who don't have review to make in an instant, and they called it a touchback. It rolled into the end zone, called it a touchback, and it just killed any type of momentum that South Doyle hoped to create at Grace Christian.
Well, and 5 Star Preps didn't do any favors by slow-moing
yeah.
it all through social media. So
yeah.
I saw that play as well, and it did look like a touchdown. But again, you can't worry about it. You'd already had multiple turnovers before that, and when you're turning the ball over offensively, you're not giving yourself a chance to win the football game. So South Doyle's just got to go back, correct that. Again, I know we keep harping on this, but it's the truth. These guys have not had any live bullets thrown at them in scrimmages, and that's what you're going to see offensively is turnovers and penalties.
But they got beat in this game a year ago, 61-7. And all Rusty Bradley wanted them to do is, like, come out and fight a little harder this time. You know, there are going to be some teams that Grace Christian might see down the road that have some toughness and have some guys on there, some athletes on there, and you need to show well in this game so that when you see them down the road, you can say, okay, we played South Doyle tough, we can play this team tough. But I don't know if they imagined themselves winning that football game last night.
Well, no, and not shutting them out either.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, kudos to Rusty Bradley and their staff. That's the type of game you need to play. Mm-hmm. And he's exactly right. When you're playing up and you're playing a public school team that has been very successful and had a monster star last year, this is the type of game that can put you over the edge and give your kids confidence. So when those other big-time teams roll in your division, in your district, hey, we've played against the best. We've played against bigger, larger teams and larger classifications. We can get this done.
Yeah, so congratulations to Grace Christian. They beat South Doyle 15-0 last night, and it was just an emotional scene. Cooper Riggs, their quarterback, snaps the ball, final play, takes a knee, and then they just take off running to the student section at the other end of the field. I mean, Coach Bradley was kind of choking back tears, so really a nice moment for them. Kings Academy got a really nice win last night against Gatlinburg Pittman and just routed them really 39-13. And it's a TKA team that is not deep. They don't have a big roster, 20-something guys, but they have an Auburn commit. They have guys that have Division I offers on that team, and they have a returning senior quarterback. They're a team that made it kind of far in the playoffs last year and returned a core of that team, and TKA off and rolling right now, 2-0.
Yeah, and you talk about quality over quantity for TKA, and in their Division II Single A, when you've got the type of speed they have and a couple of big bodies that they have, you can be successful if you can stay healthy.
Yeah, and that's what happened to them last year. Their quarterback got injured about halfway through the year, and they kind of had to makeshift quarterback until Zach Acuff could return. So, and then they made their playoff push. We'll see if they can keep everybody healthy out there. But that was a game for them where they got blown out the year before, 55-20 by Gatlinburg-Pittman. TKA comes back and puts the hurt on them. Let's look around the area tonight. One of the games we're at and have highlights from is CAK. They got a big win tonight, 45-13. And I don't know if you got to see CAK any at all last year, but they were a team that surprised some people in the area last year with Ryan Dedgis at quarterback, and they got some big bodies up on the line that made a lot of plays in the backfield, and they've only added to that talent. What do you remember about CAK last year?
Yeah, we actually watched them quite a bit when we were preparing for Grace Christian, and you're exactly right. They had some big athletic bodies up front that looked for Division II AA could be very concerning for other teams to prepare for. But it was a young team last year, and it's a team that I think a lot of people expected to be on the rise this fall.
Yeah, and so they get off a big win tonight over Clinton. Clinton is a team that's kind of reeling from their Week 1 loss up at Anderson County. And look, Clinton's new coach, again, no scrimmages, no 7-on-7. It's hard. They got a young quarterback in Trey Stackerson that's still trying to learn on the fly, and so they're kind of taking some bumps and bruises, but it could be a program that's kind of fun to watch and see how they evolve throughout the year. I don't know if you've ever been in a position like that where you just don't have the pieces yet, but you're trying to build towards the future. Yeah,
I've been there a couple times, and really starting 5 and 6, 7 sophomores at a time, and you just know, like, hey, if we can put it all together, we're going to be good. The potential's there. It's just hard as a coach sometimes. The word potential can get you fired, so you're just trying real hard to get those guys up and going. And obviously this is not the year you want to be the potential team.
No, but I know Coach Keith, he has a lot of pride about him. He's a former military guy, and I know he's got people in that community excited up in Clinton, and we'll see if they can kind of bounce back. Let's look around the area some more. Cosby got a nice win tonight, 26-12 over North Green. I told you and a lot of other people, without these scrimmages, squirrely stuff is going to happen. Greenville gets upset tonight in their season debut and the head coaching debut of Eddie Spradlin, 35-34. All of Greenville's offensive stars played well, but their defense just couldn't hold it.
Yeah, and it's really disappointing as a coaching staff and as a team when the offense goes off the way they did and their stars made plays and the defense couldn't get the stops when they needed them. Hey, great job, great win for that program and Daniel Boone. Huge upset for them. Congratulations to them because that's just a monster win for their program.
Yeah, but I have full confidence in Eddie Spradlin. It's a guy that I've known for a very long time. I think they'll bounce back and be just fine. But Elizabethton's the defending state champion. They bring a lot of people back, so it's going to be a tall task for a program like Greenville to unseat them or for Anderson County to unseat them. We'll see how that plays out. Hopefully we even get to see that play out in the 4A playoffs. I thought Gibbs might have had the best bounce-back win from Week 1 to Week 2. Look, they just did not look like the Gibbs that we've been accustomed to over the last couple of years in that Week 1 loss to Halls. They come out tonight and beat Seymour, a really good program, 49-25. Coaches always say it, biggest improvement from Week 1 to Week 2, and Gibbs proved it tonight.
Yeah, and you said that last week, and it was a great question because all high school coaches, and we heard Coach Lowe say it just a few minutes ago on the Waffle House hotline, all of us, none of us really know what's going to happen as we continue to try to gel as football teams. And to see Gibbs come and turn it on from Week 1 to Week 2, you kind of saw a little bit of that. And you're going to see more teams like we talked about with Fulton. I think Week 4 and Week 5, you'll see teams really coming on strong and having some continuity together.
Carter is another team that really kind of bounced back here in Week 2, and they gave Ray County a run for their money last week. Lost in overtime. They threw the football in Week 1 52 times. Carter did. I mean, that just shows you that this new coach, Justin Presley, is going to put the game on their quarterback, Chandler Wilson, who's just a sophomore, I believe, and let him throw the ball 52 times. Didn't get that win, but they went up to Campbell County tonight and got a win. Yeah,
and Campbell County is well coached by the Price twins. That's a great win for them. And again, coaches come in. Sometimes you have to find a way to win with your talent, and he has found a way. He's going to throw it all over the yard. And, hey, sometimes you get some good players that want to move in and play with some of that as well, so that could be a good omen for Carter.
Yep. William Blount gets a win tonight, 40-6 over Oliver Springs. That was a game that kind of happened this week. Oliver Springs couldn't play Kingston because of COVID reasons, so they went and played a 6A school. And that's kudos to Oliver Springs. They could have taken the easy W, just take their win and move forward. But we don't know how many games these kids are going to be guaranteed. So if you have to go on the road and play a 6A football team, that's what Oliver Springs did.
And we talked about it with the Fortner brothers. We talked about it all night long. We're just excited. These kids are getting to play ball. Love that Oliver Springs took that on. Let's play ball. Let's get these kids on the field.
Loudon wins another matchup of against Lenore City, 44-10 tonight, and they won that game a year ago. And Loudon's definitely a team to watch again in 3A. They made it all the way to the state semifinals a year ago, and their quarterback Keaton Herrig is now a junior. He's growing up. He's learning from his mistakes. I know he talked at Media Day about what he struggled with in reading coverages, and see if they can kind of put that into play this season. They'll definitely be one of those teams to watch in Class 3A. Looking around the area, some more. Harriman got a win last night, 36-22 over Wartburg. But, Kevin, a lot of games from this Friday slate either got moved to Thursday or into Saturday. We knew that Catholic was going to play Trinity Christian. We knew that West and Farragut were going to play, but Halls and Carnes got moved into Saturday. Oak Ridge's rivalry game with Dobbins-Bennett got moved into Saturday. And coaches preach all the time about sudden change, how to handle it, and these kids are having to handle sudden change.
You know, it's funny. As coaches, we all have routines,
right,
and players as well. But then we all talk about sudden change on Friday nights. It's really funny how we try to play that game. But, you know, I'm actually glad some of the coaches did this in thinking ahead and saying, let's not travel and get to a place, then turn around and have to cancel it. And a lot of times when that happens, they can't make the game back up because it's not a region game or a district game. So, you know, it's good that some of these teams were able to move, and so they can get the game in. Again, let's get the games in and let the kids play. And there's some really exciting games tomorrow that I'm excited to watch.
You think you'll be able to make it up at noon? Are you an early morning guy?
You're
going to wake up and watch that game? I mean,
I got two little girls, man. They're going to get me up whether I want to be up or not.
So I looked at the roster for Catholic, and I looked at the roster from Trinity Christian out of Texas. Deion Sanders is the offensive coordinator. I think everybody knows now. His son is the quarterback, Shadur Sanders. 4-star. He's committed to Florida Atlantic. And I keep hearing Steve Matthews say this, and the coach Midland Ridge, I believe, out of Mississippi last week say Shadur Sanders is better than Florida Atlantic. He has better offers, and Steve Matthews said he's one of the best quarterbacks he's seen on the high school level. It's a lot of praise and a lot of talent tomorrow that's going to be on that field for both teams.
Exciting to watch, and I'm excited to see on ESPN and all these kids get. You know, the Knoxville area is getting publicity. These kids on both teams are getting the publicity to play with college football starting as well. So there's going to be a lot of eyes on this game, and I'm very interested to see Catholic. This is a team that a lot of people think should make a lot of noise in Division II AAA. They've got the horses to do it. I'm anxious to see them defensively defend Deion Sanders' offense and his son at quarterback, who I've heard the same things about him. And I'm interested to see offensively, can they run the football consistently and then get their playmakers the ball on the outside and make and score points and convert inside the red zone. That's going to be a big key tomorrow night, and seeing – Are they for real here early for this Division II AAA push, or they got some work to do?
Yeah, and I talked to Steve Matthews, the head coach at Catholic, about that. Is look, we all know about the guys you have on the perimeter and in the backfield and at quarterback, but your line lost an Under Armour All-American in Brian Tucker. You lost Cooper Mays to Tennessee, and then you look across at the defensive line for Trinity Christian, and they got 330-pound defensive tackles who are gotten offers by this school and that school. And so this is a big opportunity for a young Catholic offensive line to learn about themselves and kind of grow together as a unit.
And same thing for the defensive line of Catholic. They're going up against 300-pounders on the offensive line. I'll tell you, Jesse, this is a program, again, we talked about TKA. This is a quality over quantity. This is not a very big squad coming out of Texas, but it's a team that's had move-ins. It's a team that has national championship aspirations. They want to be on the big stage. I mean, they were willing to bus up here to play this football game. This is a great test for everybody involved, and especially with no scrimmages. Yeah. This is awesome for Catholic to see where they stand early, and I think as a coach, the earlier you can find out about your football team, the quicker you can correct those mistakes and get into league play. So I think this is a really advantage for Catholic to play in this football game.
But Trinity's bad. You mentioned those aspirations that they had. They lost that game to the defending 6A champions from Mississippi a week ago. You drop another game, and it's championship hope Over.
Yeah, and they're trying to win their fourth straight state championship in a row.
So.
But yes, you're absolutely right. But this is the type of program that's coming into Knoxville. So I think it's exciting for Knoxville high school football too to have this type of game on ESPN, this type of program coming into town, and I think it's just good all around for the Knoxville high school scene.
And Dion put out a message earlier in the week on Twitter about, hey, Knoxville, we're looking for a place to practice. I heard they ended up at Farragut High School this evening to kind of have their walkthrough, and I'm sure there were some kids out at Farragut trying to get Deion Sanders' autograph. So
he had plenty of replies, dude. I mean, it was unbelievable.
It was people throwing out phone numbers left and right. They didn't care what information they were sharing out there. So really cool tomorrow. That happens at noon again on ESPN. West and Farragut play tomorrow night at 7 o'clock on TV, and that was a good game a year ago. Again, Oak Ridge and Dobbins Bennett play tomorrow night as well, that game out in Oak Ridge. So a lot of coverage coming to 5-Star Preps. Thank everybody who's been subscribing to the site and reading our coverage and learning about these teams. And look, we can't cover every game on Friday night, but one of the things we do on the weekends and early part of the following week is to catch up with some of these schools who had big games and learn about some of these players who had monster nights and what to look forward in the week. Those are our classification reports. So coverage all week long, feature stories, volleyball, soccer. Make sure you're going to 5-Star Preps and signing up. All right, before we close, we had a trivia question earlier in the show. That question was, what player off of South Doyle's team in 2019 signed with the SEC school? That's Mr. Football Elijah Young. He signed with Missouri, and I know turning some heads up there already. Hoss Pizza Hoss Pizzas is up for the winner tonight. Jared, did we ever get a name for that guy, or does he just have one of those rando... Baldhead B, that's my guy. I know that guy. Congratulations, Baldhead B. That's from the Winton family, and so shout out to him. He got it, Elijah Young. I'm glad he got it. He's gonna get some Pizza Hoss pizza, and so.
How do you forget about one of the most explosive kids I've ever seen in high school football in a long time?
I'll tell you how I forget, because of quarantine, man. It just made my mind just go numb. I was so rusty when you come out. So people forget, but Mr. Baldhead B didn't. So shout out to him. He's going to get some Pizza Hoss pizza, and we'll reach out to him and get him that. So we're going to close the show. Thank you guys for sticking with us tonight right here at Central High School, where the Bobcats won 21-9 over Fulton. We'll see you next week. We're going to announce our new location probably on the weekend or maybe Monday of next week, so check back on Twitter. Make sure you're subscribing to our YouTube channel. We unveiled our little mini documentary series, game film, up at Anderson County from week 1, so that was really well received, and thanks to everybody who watched that. So for Jesse Smithy, for Kevin Smith, for all of our crew back there, thank you guys for watching 5-Star Live. We'll catch you next week.
Located in Anderson County, just off of I-75 at exit 122, Rocky Top Realty stands ready to give our clients a real estate experience like no other. While we are located in Anderson County, we work in all of Knoxville and the surrounding areas. Our staff will get to know you and your real estate needs. We will work in tandem with you to achieve your forever home, build site, vacation home, or investment goal. Find us online at rockytophomeinfo.com or give us a call at 865-498-0183.
When you shop at Elliott's, your journey is our purpose.
North Knox Siding and Windows is a complete exterior home improvement company that can help you with all your exterior needs. Visit us today at 5618 North Broadway.
Since 1945, the John H. Coleman Company has been serving the East Tennessee area. We wouldn't have made it for 75 years without the experience and hard work of our quality employees. When it comes to heating and air conditioning, our goal is to make your experience stress-free, whether buying a new unit or servicing your current equipment. The way we do that is making sure you have the information you need to make the right decision. East Tennessee is our home, too. We've proudly served you for 75 years and look forward to serving you for many years to come. John H. Coleman Company, trusted since 1945.
Cooper Container, your corrugated packaging specialist for the East Tennessee area. Proud sponsor of high school sports in the 5-star preps coverage area.
Great ones make the plays. The dedicated ones never quit. Weekend warrior or professional, all athletes get hurt. And when you do, Tennessee Orthopedic Clinic's comprehensive sports medicine team is ready to take you on. The power of results.